Hello!
Happy Sibling Shanty Sunday!
I'm Sky.
I'm Sagan.
And we're siblings.
And we sing sea shanties and sea shanty adjacent music.
And it's week 12.
It is week 12.
Woo! It's also St. Patrick's Day adjacent.
Day week. Yeah.
Sure. So we thought we'd do some fun Irish themes.
Yep, and at least one of them is sort of shanty adjacent because it tells a story, and part of that story takes place on a boat.
So it counts.
So it counts.
Still counts.
Still counts.
Yeah.
So
these will be a little adjacent.
These are adjacent.
Anyway.
Yes, they are fun anyway. So the first one we've got for you is called Rocky Road to Dublin. Really, it should be called Rocky Road to Liverpool because he starts off in Tuam, which is a county in it's a town in County Galway, but he ends up in Liverpool.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. Not our Liverpool, the other Liverpool.
The other one.
The one that's not landlocked.
The cooler one. Yeah.
No, it's the cooler one.
Yeah, it's the cooler one.
Yeah, it's definitely the cooler one.
Ours is cool too.
Ours is okay.
You should come and visit our Liverpool as well if you're ever here.
We do have water here, but you can't swim in it, and you can only eat one fish from it a year.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we digress.
So there's some other nice lakes that are like nearby that would be fun.
That are adjacent.
Yes, are adjacent to Liverpool. So you should come visit us, but you should definitely go and visit the real Liverpool.
Yeah. So he journeys from Tuam to Liverpool, but it just doesn't have the same ring to it as
Dublin.
Yeah, and the way that it's sung, where you sing Dublin rather than Dublin, Liverpool just doesn't flow off the tongue.
No, it's enough of a tongue twister as it is without making it more difficult.
Yeah, the good news is that this is lyrically probably the most difficult song we're doing today.
Yeah, except not for us. For him it is.
Yeah, for me it is.
For us, we're going to
Anyway, so this is a 19th century song written by Irish poet D.K. Gavin. I apologize if that is not the correct pronunciation. It's Gavan. And it's what's called a slip jig because it's in mostly 9/8 timing. There's a couple of background things here. It mentions several towns along the way from Tuam to Dublin. That I'm not going to give you the play-by-play.
And the lyrics are down below. Follow the journey.
But there's a couple of references. First talks about a blackthorn tree. So the blackthorn tree has sort of a sinister reputation in Celtic folklore. It's associated with trouble and bad luck and said to be inhabited by moon fairies who curse individuals who cut the tree on certain sacred nights. But it also has a reputation for warding off the same kind of troubles it can bring and more. So it's generally considered worth the risk as long as you don't cut it on those sacred nights. Yeah. If you do cut it on those sacred nights, it's bad. Trees. No, it's real bad. Yeah, don't mess with trees. Don't mess with trees. It mentions later in the song. It mentions Connaught when it's talking about a Connaught brogue. And Connaught is a province in Ireland that includes Galway. And so it also
a brogue.
A brogue being an accent.
Right. So accent from that area.
An accent from that area. Yeah. Lastly, it mentions something called Erin's Isle. So Erin's Isle is sort of a romantic name for Ireland, and it comes from the romanticization, I believe is the correct word, of the Irish word for Ireland. So Erin's Isle is sort of the an affectionate name for Ireland. Sort of as sort of a personification of.
And you hear that in a number of songs that way. Dear old Erin's Isle.
But that's what that's what the narrator is talking about. So this one has a chorus that everybody sings along with. And the chorus goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin. Whack for lowly ra.
Are you ready?
And sometimes on hunt.
Hope you're awake.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes it's on hunt. It's traditional to give it a little bit of an extra. Huh.
Yeah.
But as always, huh. Responsibly.
Yes, always.
Always.
You want to try just the chorus one more time with us?
Sure, I'd love to.
Me too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin, whack for lowly ra.
You can do it.
And
they just sort of
the last part,
nonsense.
That's not actually a word. It's just syllables. Whack for lowly ra. So it's not a word that like I'm mispronouncing or that you're mishearing. That's literally how it goes.
Yeah, and you can, if you pick other nonsense syllables that you want to add in there, you go for it.
Go for it.
Can't stop you. As usual.
But the moon fairies might.
The moon fairies might.
They might. So, watch yourself.
Yeah, watch yourself. Speaking of watch yourself, Paddy.
Maybe. Those of you who've seen our Shanty a Day series know that I have a somewhat toxic relationship with this song, in that I love it and it loves to hurt me. So here we go.
You got it.
Can you
do this.
Can you give me the pitch again?
Yeah.
It's in D for Dublin.
For Dublin.
Okay. In the merry month of June, from my home I started, left the girls at Tuam, so sad and broken-hearted, saluted father dear, kissed me darling mother, drank a pint of beer, me grief and tears to smother, then off to reap the corn, leave where I was born, cut a stout blackthorn to banish ghosts and goblins, brand new pair of brogues, rattling o'er the bogs, frightening all the dogs on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin, whack for lowly ra. In Mullingar that night I rested limbs so airy, started by daylight my spirits bright and airy, drank a drop of the pure, keep me heart from sinking, that's the Paddy's cure, whenever he's on for drinking, to see the lassies smile, laughing all the while, at me curious style, 'twould set your heart a bubblin', asked if I was hired, wages I required, till I was nearly tired of the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin, whack for lowly ra. In Dublin next arrived, I thought it such a pity to be so soon deprived of view of that fine city. Then I took a stroll all among the quality bundle, it was stole all in a neat locality. Something crossed my mind when I looked behind, no bundle could I find. Upon my stick a wobble inquiring for the rogue, said me Connaught brogue wasn't much in vogue on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin, whack for lowly ra. From there I got away, me spirits never failing, landed on the quay just as the ship was sailing. Captain at me roared, said that no room had he. When I jumped aboard a cabin bound for Paddy, down among the pigs, played some hearty rigs, danced some hearty jigs, the water round me bubbling. When a foley head, wished myself was dead, or better far instead, on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin, whack for lowly ra. The boys of Liverpool, when we safely landed, called myself a fool, I could no longer stand it, blood began to boil, temper I was losing, poor old Erin's Isle, they began abusing, hurrah me so, says I, shillelagh I let fly, Galway boys were nigh, and so I was a-hobbling with a loud hooray, joined in the affray, we quickly cleared the way for the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hunt the hare and turn her down the rocky road and all the way to Dublin, whack for lowly ra. Yeah!
Such a fun song.
Yeah, no, I love that one.
Yeah. Fun story too. Just a cool folk story. Just about a trip and things that happen and
going off to find your fortune in the world.
Yeah, just a cool one.
No, love it.
Woo! Okay, so there's your Irish song number 1.
Irish song number 1.
And now for number 2.
Irish song number 2. So this one's called Banks of the Lee. And this one is originates from Belfast, County Antrim. The oldest known sort of written record of it is 1952, which means it's probably at least a little bit older than that. But regardless of how old it might be, it's a very popular folk song. Also shares a name, though not a theme, with Banks of the Lee, although that's spelled L-E-A. The one we're singing is L-E-E, which is about an Irishman that goes to England, finds a girl, and wants to take her home. This one is considerably more melancholy, but also very beautiful. It's a favorite of ours. This one also has a chorus that everybody sings along with.
Again, lyrics are down below.
Right. Chorus goes like this. I loved her very dearly, so truly and sincerely. There was no one in this wide world I loved better than she. Every bush and every bower, every wild Irish flower reminds me of my Mary on the banks of the Lee. That's how it goes. Yes, it's very pretty, very haunting. Yeah, love this one.
I feel like that's the two like extremes of like Irish folk music is like
it's either like
super fast and I'm on a journey and crazy things are happening, or just like gorgeous melancholy
just
ballad on the other end. Yeah. And we like them all.
Yep.
That's
about all there is for this one.
Ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Do you need more hydration?
Do I need more hydration?
Hydration? I could share hydration.
Maybe.
Sounded like maybe you could use some hydration.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Always hydrate. Hydration. It's not overrated, friends.
Nope, not in the slightest.
It's all important. Right. Okay. B for Banks of the Lee.
Jeez. When we get to the third one, it's gonna make no sense at all.
Yep.
Oh no. Can you blow it again? Yep. Oh man, I'm so good at this. When two lovers meet down beside the green bower. When two lovers meet down beneath the green tree. When Mary, fond Mary, declared unto her lover, you have stolen my poor heart from the banks of the Lee. I loved her very dearly, so truly and sincerely. There was no one in this wide world I loved better than she. Every bush and every bower, every wild Irish flower reminds me of my Mary on the banks of the Lee. Well, don't stay out late, love, on the moorlands, my Mary. Well, don't stay out late, love, on the moorlands from me. How little was our notion when we parted on the ocean, that we were forever parted on the banks of the Lee. I loved her very dearly, so truly and sincerely. There was no one in this wide world I loved better than she. Every bush and every bower, every wild Irish flower reminds me of my Mary on the banks of the Lee. I will pluck my love some roses, some blooming Irish roses. I will pluck my love some roses, the fairest that ever grew, and I'll lay them on the grave of my own true lovely Mary. In that cold and silent churchyard, where she sleeps 'neath the dew. I loved her very dearly, so truly and sincerely. There was no one in this wide world I loved better than she. Every bush and every bower, every wild Irish flower, reminds me of my Mary on the banks of the Lee.
Yeah. So pretty.
Yeah, no, just gorgeous.
Hey, this one is adjacent to, because they talk about the ocean.
That's true.
See?
That's true.
To.
Yeah.
Adjacent. Yeah, so pretty. Just gorgeous, gorgeous ballad. Okay, 2 down.
2 down.
One more
3
to go.
So this one is called the Rattlin Bog. And Rattlin here is essentially a contextual slang for splendid or fantastic. It's a good thing.
Not that bog sure is loud over there rattling
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, all those bones over in that bog, they're just rattling around.
Could be.
Oh,
But not in
geez.
this case.
Why did we let that necromancer move in down the road? That was a bad idea. No, this is this is good.
A good thing.
Yep. So this is it's a cumulative song, which is probably the best example of that is the 12 Days of Christmas, which I'm not going to sing for you because it's March, but it's something where you have one thing and then you just continually add on things. You know, it's a little bit of a brain teaser of a song, and it's fun to get everybody going. And it's almost one of those things where like the more you mess up, the funnier it becomes.
Oh,
but
yeah, especially if you're in a big group of people and
we're going to try really hard not to mess up,
disastrous.
but no guarantees.
But
Interestingly, there are variations of this. There are so many variations of this that are found all across Europe, from Wales to Ireland to all these different places, that any attempt really to trace like the origin of the song is like impossible.
But I'm sure
It's
everywhere
generally
claims it is their own.
Yes. It's generally claimed as an Irish folk song, but we're also doing Irish music today.
Yes.
So this one has a chorus, and then I'll sort of give you like the basic gist of how the cumulative effect works. So this one is F sharp for bog.
I was going to say it's an R for Rattlin.
R is in the key.
I know. I was just going to make a joke about it.
Oh my
You
gosh.
messed up my joke.
Yeah, well.
That's the story of our life.
So the chorus goes like this. Ho, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh.
Which doesn't seem that bad.
Right now.
Right now.
So the first verse goes like this. I'm just going to sing for you. And in that bog there was a hole, a rare hole, a rattling hole, hole in the bog down in the valley, oh.
So you
Easy
add
enough.
each thing. It's like there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. Is
Correct.
A little more
It's
common
exact
in the
States.
In the States.
Yeah.
So
it's
if you're
the
familiar
exact
with that
same.
one,
It's the exact same principle. But so the next verse mentions a tree, and the last line of that is tree in the hole in the hole in the bog down in the valley, oh. So on and so forth.
Yep.
And you just keep adding things on.
Yeah. Hole in the bottom of the sea. Or what's the other one about the shoe? I don't know. There's another one about like
that
like a rock in your shoe and stuff. Is that the same song?
No. Are you thinking of the Raffi song?
Maybe. I don't know.
I took it out and I shook it. Oh, no.
And what fell out.
And what fell out.
And what
a
fell
flying
out.
bird.
Yes, Raffy.
Tweet, yeah.
Yeah. Raffy's awesome.
Raffy is awesome.
But those are maybe a little more familiar to American
Down by the Bay.
Down by the Bay. Yes. Yeah.
Wait, no, that's
a different song.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh.
So many songs.
But
those are maybe a little more familiar to American audiences versus UK audiences.
Yep.
But
although
now
there's a video of this of I think being sung at a wedding that went viral.
Definitely, because it's
Facebook.
you can see the bride right in the front of it, and I don't know if it's her maid of honor or one of the bridesmaids that is calling essentially, and then they're all sitting around singing it, which is really fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But that's about all there is to this one.
Yeah. Ready? Mm-hmm. Don't start too fast.
I make no promises. We're going to start with the chorus.
Okay.
Ho, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And in that bog there was a hole, a rare hole, a rattling hole. Hole in the bog, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Ho, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, a Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And in that hole there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree. Tree in the hole, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley, oh. Ho, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, a Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And on that tree there was a branch, a rare branch, a rattling branch. Branch on the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Ho, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, a Rattlin Bog, a bog down in the valley, oh. And on that branch there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb. Limb on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Ho, ho, the Rattlin Bog, a bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, a Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And on that limb there was a nest, a rare nest, a rattling nest. Nest in the limb, and the limb, and the branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Ho, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, a Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And in that nest there was a bird, a rare bird, a rattling bird. Bird in the nest, and the nest, and the limb, and the limb, and the branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Ho, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, a Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And in that bird there was a worm, a rare worm, a rattling worm. Worm in the bird, and the bird, and the nest, and the nest, and the limb, and the limb, and the branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, a Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And on that worm there was a tick, a rare tick, a rattling tick. Tick on the worm, and the word, and the bird, and the bird, and the nest, and the nest, and the limb, and the limb, and the branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, bog, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And on that tick there was a louse, a rare louse, a rattling louse. Louse in the tick, and the tick, and the worm, and the worm, and the bird, and the bird, and the nest, and the nest, and the limb, and the limb, and the branch, of the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, a Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, ho, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Rare bog, a Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh.
Yeah! We made it.
We messed up on the chorus, but we got the verses right, baby!
Better than when we practiced. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Way better than when we practiced.
How'd you do? I bet it was awesome.
I bet it wasn't.
They're pros.
Sure.
Well, they're pros out there. But it's probably even better than us. Send us video. If you ever sing along with our stuff, send us video. We would love that.
Yes.
We also do on social media. We post on Instagram and on Twitter, as well as on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, we set our videos up so that you can duet with us. If you're familiar with TikTok technology that way, so we would love for anybody that would like to. We just post short, like it's about a minute long, so it's not the whole song. But we would love to have anybody out there duet. We have some people that duet with us on a regular basis, which is really fun. So yes, please feel free. If you're on TikTok, come on, check us out. It's just Sibling sea shanties.
Yep.
And all that information is below about our social media. Well, hey, happy St. Patrick's Day to those of you celebrating. Hope you enjoyed some Irish music, and go and check out more because it's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's all I got.
Okay. Check out all the links below to recordings and things, shanty merch, all sorts of cool stuff about sea shanties and sea shanty adjacent music. And go support live local music where you are. A bunch of groups that are out on tour or performing in their local areas, or releasing albums at the Dreadnoughts. So yeah, go and check out all of the great stuff happening around you and around in the world. Yeah, be safe. We love you. And we'll see you again next Sunday.
Bye!